Okay guys, dito tayo sa activity 2 of module 6 on rights and responsibilities of worker and employers. So activity 2 is all about what's a right and what's a responsibility. So ano nga ba ang karapatan at ano nga ba ang responsibilidad? No? So the objectives of activity 2 are the following. Number 1 is to be familiar with their own personal rights and responsibilities and discuss the relationship between rights and responsibilities. So dapat maging pamilyar tayo sa ating mga personal na karapatan at mga responsibilidad at natatalakay din natin ang kaugnayan ng ating mga karapatan sa responsibilidad, no? Okay? So basahin natin ito. A general definition for a right is anything that is due to a person by law or tradition. A general definition for responsibility is a duty or obligation, something for which one is accountable. So, tignan natin to. So, anong sabi natin kanina? Right is anything that is due to a person by law or tradition. So, ang karapatan ay anumang bagay na nararapat para sa isang tao ayon sa batas o tradisyon. So, ano ba yung mga bagay-bagay na nararapat para sa isang tao? Na ito ay nakaalad sa ating batas o sa ating mga tradisyon o kaugalian, no? Responsibility is a duty or obligation, something for which one is accountable. So, ang responsibilidad ay isang tungkulin o obligasyon, isang bagay para panagutan, no? So, yan ang pagkakaiba ng karapatan at responsibilidad. So, for example, sa bahay natin, so, ano yung example? Ang pagkain, no? So, kung ikaw ay nagugutom, pumunta ka sa kusina at upang kumain. So, ito ba ay isang right or responsibility? Ano? So, it is a right or karapatan. So, karapatan mong kumain. So, ano naman ang responsibilidad mo kung meron kang karapatan na kumain? So, ang responsibilidad mo, dapat tumulong ka rin sa mga gawain sa bahay. Di ba? So, yan ang pagkakaiba ng right at responsibility o halimbawa ng karapatan at responsibilidad. Some of you may already be working for an employer while others are still planning to look for work. Others work at home, maybe helping the family business. Does your situation qualify you as a worker? Workers include teachers, farmers, fishermen, carpenters, bakers, electricians, drivers, security guards, dressmakers, and many others. Under the labor law, a worker is any member of the labor force, whether employed or unemployed. So, anong sinasabi dyan? Sinasabi nito ang tungkol sa workers. So, pwedeng employed or unemployed ang worker. So, ano ba yung employed worker? So, ang employed worker, ito yung may mga employer, ano? For example, yung teachers. So, sila ay, sino ang employer ng mga teachers? Sa public schools, ang government, ano? So, sa private, meron silang employer. Ano pa? Yung may employer. So, sa restaurant, for example, yung mga waiter. O, sa mall, yung mga sales lady. So, yun yung mga employee, no? Or employed. So, sila ay may mga employer. Yung unemployed naman, ito yung mga walang boss. Wala silang employer. Ibig sabihin, sarili lang nila yung boss nila. So, for example, yung mga nagtitinda, no? Mga entrepreneurs. So, these are self-employed, no? So, wala silang boss. Sila lang nagsasarili. Pero sila ay worker pa rin, which are members of the labor force. So, that is under the labor law of the Philippines. So, ano ba yung labor law? So, ito yung batas na kung saan napapaloob ang mga karapatan ng mga manggagawa at ganun din ang mga employers, no? So that is labor law. Okay, let's apply. For every given right, there is a corresponding responsibility. Pick 5 rights from the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and write 2 corresponding responsibilities for each. The first row is an example. So, mamili daw tayo ng 5 doon sa Universal Declaration of Human Rights at ibigay natin ang mga kaukulang responsibilidad na kaakibat ng mga ito. Ano? So, narito yung isang halimbawa. So, dito, ang example ng right dito ay the government of your country should protect you and the members of your family. So, what is your responsibility? You should follow the laws of your country. No? So, saan tayo manguha? Dito sa taas, sa Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Ito, yung, yung listahan. Mamili lang tayo dyan ng 5 at ilagay natin dito sa table. Dyan. Okay? So, dito naman ilagay natin kung ano yung responsibilidad na dapat din nating gampanan na nakaakibat ng mga karapatan na yan. Okay, so narito yung example natin. Yan. So, ang example dyan, you have the right to live and to live in freedom and safety. So, ano naman yung responsibility mo with that right? So, ano yung karapatan dyan? Karapatang mabuhay, karapatang maging malaya at ligtas, safety. So, yung responsibilidad mo, it is your responsibility or our responsibility to respect others' right to live, freedom, and safety. So, kailangan din nating igalang yung karapatan ng iba na mabuhay, malaya, at maging ligtas, no? At saka, it is also our responsibility to live a productive life and to help other people. So, karapatan ay responsibilidad natin na maging produktibo sa pamumuhay at tumulong sa ating kapwa. So, yan yung mga responsibilities na kaakibat ng karapatan na yan. Next, the government of your country should protect you and the members of your family. So, naibigay na ito pero pwede tayo magbigay ng iba pang responsibilidad. So, it is our responsibility to abide and adhere to our government. So, responsibilidad natin na sumunod sa ating gobyerno, no? And it is our responsibility to pay taxes to the government. So, responsibilidad din natin na magbayad ng buwis sa ating government kung tayo ay kailangan nating magbayad, di ba? So, yung mga exempted, hindi sila required. So, yung mga hindi exempted, kailangan magbayad ng buwis. Kasi kung wala naman tayong babayad na buwis, wala rin pera ang ating government at hindi nito mapatakbo ang mga iba't ibang operation na dapat gampanan ng isang gobyerno para maging maayos at ligtas din ang pamumuhay ng mamamayan, di ba? So, that is your responsibility. So, meron pa, 5 yan, no? You have the right to profess your religion freely, to change it, and to practice it either on your own or with other people. So it is a responsibility to respect each other's religion. Yan. So kailangan nating respeto kung ano man ang relihiyon din ng ibang tao. So kung meron tayong karapatan na mamili at mag-practice ng ating relihiyon at sa iba, no? So kailangan din nating respeto yung paniniwala ng iba. It is also our responsibility to follow the doctrines and teachings of our religion, no? Next, you have the right to work, to be free to choose your work, to get a salary which allows you to support your family. So karapatan mong makapagtrabaho, mamili ng gusto mong trabaho at sahod para mabigyan ng suporta ang iyong pamilya. So ngayon, ano naman ang responsibilidad mo? It is your responsibility to do your work or job properly, di ba? Magtrabaho ka rin ng maayos. It is also our responsibility to take care and safety in the workplace. So, sinasabi dyan, karapatan din natin o responsibilidad din natin na maging maingat sa ating pagtatrabaho, no? Para hindi tayo makagawa or maaksidente, para hindi tayo makasira ng mga kagamitan sa ating trabaho, no? So, that is our responsibility. May mali yata dyan. Saglit, tignan natin. Okay. So, pinilitan natin, no? It is also our responsibility to take care of the equipment or the machineries in the workplace. So, responsibilidad din natin na alagaan ang mga makina o mga bagay o kagamitan sa ating trabaho. And then you have the right to go to school and everyone should go to school. So, karapatan makapag-aral. So, kung meron kang karapatan makapag-aral, ano ang iyong responsibilidad? It is also your responsibility to study very well. Kailangan mong mag-aaral na mabuti. Responsibilidad mong it is also your responsibility to take care of our school and respect our teachers. So, yan din ang inyong responsibilidad, no? Alagaan yung paaralan at saka irespeto ang mga teachers natin. So, yan yung mga ilang halimbawa lang, no? So, 30 lahat yung Universal Declaration of Human Rights. 5 lang yan. Pwede kayong mamili pa ng mga iba pang karapatan na nandoon, ano? So, madami kayong pwedeng isulat dyan. Okay, rights or responsibilities at work. Rights are what you can expect your employer to provide, while responsibilities are what your employer can expect from you. So, sa trabaho naman, so ang karapatan ay mga bagay na inaasahan natin na maibigay sa atin ng mga employer, no? Tulad ng sahod. So, karapatan mo yun kasi dapat na ibigay sa iyo ng employer. So, yung responsibilidad naman ay kung ano naman ang maibigay mo o ini-expect na gawin mo para sa employer. So, for example, magtrabaho ng mabuti. So, that is your responsibility. So, for example, nandito, it is the right of the employee to receive a clear instructions and expectations about the job from the employer. And it is the employee's responsibility to do the job based on the instructions and expectations by the employer. The activities listed below are some of the things that you might expect from your employer. And some activities are things that your employer may expect of you. Read the activities listed on the left side and decide which ones are your responsibility and which ones are your rights. Mark an X in the corresponding column. So, narito ang mga statements, no? Sabihin daw natin kung ito ay karapatan natin o responsibilidad natin. So, maglagay tayo ng X. So, tignan natin ito. Okay. So, yung una dyan is to receive fair pay at correct time. So, ito yung sahod. So, sahod, ito yung inaasahan natin na ibibigay ng employer. So, it is a Right. Okay? Do all work in a safe manner and be mindful of other people's safety at all times. So, pagsasagawa ng mga gawain sa ligtas na paraan at isaisip ang kaligtasan din ng ibang tao. So, ano ba yan? That is a responsibility kasi inaasahan yan ng employer na dapat nating gawin sa ating trabaho, di ba? Okay. Arrive on time and stay until the work day has ended. So, dapat sa trabaho palagi tayong nasa oras sa pagpasok at doon tayo magtatrabaho hanggang matapos yung work day. So that is also a responsibility na dapat nating gawin sa trabaho, no? Have a time for regular breaks. So ito naman, pahinga, break time. So ito ay karapatan din natin. So yan. Then, pasusunod. Yan. Work in a safe workplace. That is a right, di ba? Use all equipment safely. Is that a right or a responsibility? So paggamit ng equipment doon sa trabaho ng may pag-iingat, mali ito. So dapat ito ay responsibility. Sandali, ilipat natin. So, saan na yun? Lipat natin. Yan. Okay? Ayun, nalipat na. And then, handle with care the equipment and materials at the workplace. So, dapat natin ingatan ang mga kagamitan doon sa ating trabaho. So, that is a responsibility. Return materials or equipment after use. So, ibalik ang mga kagamitan doon sa kanilang lalagyan pagkatapos gamitin. That is also a responsibility. Wear protective clothing, gear, or paraphernalia. So, kailangan nating magsuot ng proteksyon, no, sa ating katawan. So, that is also a responsibility na dapat nating gawin. And then, be trained in how to use equipment. That is a right. No? So, kailangan mong matutunan kung paano ang paggamit ng mga equipment. That is your right. Ask for help and learn from others. That is also a, what's this? Is it a right or a responsibility? Yung kailangan mong magtanong o matuto kung kailangan mo ng tulong sa iba. So ano yan? Karapatan o responsibilidad? Ang paghingi ng tulong at pagkatuto. So that is karapatan, no? And then be given clear information about the job and expectations. So that is also a right, no? Okay, so yan yung ating activity. Meron pa ba? Okay, wala na. Writing space. Use this space to complete any of the written assignment above or write any thoughts or ideas that have come up to your mind on rights and responsibilities of a worker. So ito, kung meron kayong gustong isulat patungkol sa rights and responsibilities of a worker, pwede nyo isulat dito sa writing space, no? Okay, so that ends activity